missed the memo. Yeah, well, come on in, and then I'm going to throw a shirt on right quick, and I'll get our lieutenant, and we'll have some fun.
What's the age group right here?
Kindergarten.
Kindergarten.
That's Fleming's class. Kindergarten, yeah.
I have a daughter. My daughter is 8 years old. How old are you guys?
5. I'm 6. 6. My 6 is 4. When I turn 6, I'm 6. Oh yeah, 6. 6.
Alright, so mom, right?
Oh, I'm not 1.
You guys get new coats?
No, we get our gear washed twice a year. Just after being in the smoke, and all that stuff, so kind of puts it out. Bad. No, we're not playing with him. What else do we do? Watch out. Put your legs out.
Watch your leg.
And what else do we do? Yes, we can do that too. You're close catcher fire. We need to tell an adult. Okay, if you find them and we don't touch them, we don't play with them, you got to tell an adult, okay, and let them know where it is so they can pick them up.
Or if you pick it up and then you give them to them.
Let's just leave it alone, okay? Because it might be hot.
Well, if the door's hot, you should get a special glove and then you can open it.
Yes, if you had a special glove, you can do that. All right. What about does everybody have a smoke detector in their house? No.
What's a smoke detector?
It's the sound that's really, really loud, like if your mom or dad were cooking and the smoke comes up and that's it.
I have that thing.
Has everybody heard that?
I have that right now.
Yes? All right. If you don't have them, this is what you guys need to do. This is your homework for tonight for everybody, okay? Yes, you gotta have homework. Go home and ask mom and dad, say, do we have a smoke detector and where is it? Okay? Is everybody good with that?
Yes.
And ask them to change their batteries because you're supposed to change it twice a year and now's the time to change them. So remind them to change the battery in the smoke detector, and if they don't have one, they need to come by the firehouse or they can go to any Walmart. You can go to Walmart and get one. Or here. Yes. What does it look like? It's a little. It's usually white. And it's about this big, and it sits up on the wall.
We're gonna go see the truck.
Fire station truck!
Everybody stand up in front of the truck. Pack it in, pack it in. Sure.
Alright, squeeze in a little bit.
Alright, ready? I'm going to squish you guys that way. This way, keep going, keep going, keep going.
There we go.
Keep going, squish, 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 squish. Alright, that's pretty good.
All right, everybody, look at me. One more. All right.
Good.
Gotcha.
Alright, guys, this is our fire engine. And the fire engine is the one that puts the fire out. This is one that we have the big tank of water on the truck. When we pull up to the house, we pull hoses off and we drag them inside the house. We open it up and we squirt water all over the fire to put it out. That's a part of it. We don't want to get too complicated. But this is the one that actually puts the fire out in the house. This one deals with the water and has all the hoses and stuff on it. So now, let's walk around and see the other truck, and that does a different job. Come over here.
I found the hose. I found the fire truck is so long.
Yeah, they're all really big. This one, you guys see the big ladder up on top of it?
Yeah.
This one's called the ladder truck. And this one, we don't really pull the hoses off of it to put the fire out, but with this one, we go inside and look for people, we search around, and if you guys are in there, we're going to carry you out of the house, and
And then if we're having a hard time getting to the fire, we have a lot of really cool tools on this truck, and we like break walls down and find the fire if it's trying to hide, and then those guys can put it out with the hose. What? One of these? Yeah. This right here is called a hook. This is what we herd little kids in the big group. Now we take this and we poke it up in the ceiling, and you can pull it and the whole ceiling comes down, and that way we can get to the fire that was above the ceiling. So that's what we do with this hook. We can do a bunch of things with it.
Do you break the doors down?
Yeah,
Can you do this? So we can break doors down too.
probably.
And can you break trees down?
No. Well, why would we need to break a tree down?
Don't you dare touch.
We go up there and get the cat.
It's a ladder.
Good luck, Coach.
Was
He had that going on in there. Something was going on in there. So I was just showing him the truck real quick because those guys are in there doing their thing.
Ask them, you know, what they do.
Awesome.
All right. Now what happens if you guys see smoke in your house? What do you do?
I smoke 911.
Call 911, and you get down really low, right?
I smoke.
You have to crawl around because the smoke's going to be really high. All right?
I have a question, guys.
Drop
Do you
roll.
dial
Yes.
911 if you don't have any Cheerios at home?
No.
When do you call 911? If there's what? A
A
fire or an
Emergency,
emergency?
that's right.
I like her.
And a fire.
I
Fire's
taught
an
fire
emergency,
safety for
okay?
7 years.
Right.
I can't tell you how many 911 calls we get.
Right. And not only just for fires, but if you get hurt or if mommy and daddy gets hurt, we don't call 911 if the dog gets hurt or your fish gets hurt, do we? No. Well, if everyone's hurt, then hopefully your neighbor will call 911 for you, okay? Does mommy and daddy have a cell phone? They should have it on them. If they do, they can use that to call 911 too.
Daddy did how mommy is daddy gonna call.
Anybody in here?
That's not scary, is it? No.
Hey, is anybody in here?
Come on, Tim, answer it. Say yes. Yeah, I'm right here.
Do you guys want to get a picture with him?
Yeah.
Alright, well, everybody's going to get a chance, so go ahead and line up for me. Go ahead and line up behind me. Let's do it behind me.
Line up.
Line up this way. Go that way. So that everybody gets the opportunity to get a picture, and I'll make sure I print them out and give them to you. Do you want to go first, buddy?
While you guys are taking pictures, okay? The reason why Firefighter Kelly is wearing this stuff, listen.
Listen up, guys.
Listen.
I don't know your
While you
names.
take a picture.
Go ahead.
Listen, this is the reason why Firefighter Kelly is wearing this stuff. It's to protect us. He's got that bottle and he's breathing because it's not good to breathe the smoke in a fire. And all that big heavy coat and those heavy pants, those are protecting from the heat. So when we come in, we got to be able to find you guys and find you guys quick. Okay? So we don't hide like this young lady says right here. You guys get near the windows.
Hold on, one more.
Okay?
Open your eyes. Sorry, she's mine.
Now also, when you guys get home tonight, you guys need to ask your mommy and daddy about a meeting place. If for some reason you do live on that first floor and you crawl out that window, you got to find that meeting place. Is everybody here? That meeting place, you know, like the mailbox out front or the tree house in the back of the yard. You guys can all meet together.
Every door's not hot.
Okay.
And hide under.
Jamari, look at me, sweetie.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm smiling.
I can see it.
Does the beeping get louder if he stays stationary?
Stop. What that is, it's a, like if you go down,
And then it'll get louder and louder.
then it'll go, so we can
Okay. And that equipment is so hard. Making you take pictures with each day.
The hardest thing I do all my work.
I have a
Is Fleming, you want a picture?
This is sticky.
You guys want to all get behind your picture? I'm gonna frame it for Christmas. Just kidding.
With a gold stroke. Hold on.
Awesome.
They said we didn't get normal people.
She's Superman.
Help me.
See you guys later.
Help me. Help me. Help me.
And then me and Nelson.
Oh my gosh.
Alright guys, hey, come on, let's go look at our these things that are hanging. Let's see how there's one right there too. When we park the truck inside the bay, you know there's the big exhaust pipe because the truck's running and all this gas is coming out of the side, all the smoke. Well, we plug it over the exhaust pipe and none of the smoke like loads up the bay. It just goes straight out the ceiling through those hoses. That's what those are for, so that it stays nice and clean in here, the air.
Do you have the trucks parked in here most of the time?
Yeah, in the morning we bring them out there, we run them because it gets real loud and the exhaust runs out. And we put the ladder up on the thing, and then we'll bring them back in when we're just waiting for calls.
And when you wait for a call here, is it dispatched to your chief and then he calls you guys out? Or do
No,
you
there's
have
loudspeakers in every single room in here.
But that's from downtown.
From downtown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not like you have somebody answering calls here
No,
in the office.
Nah, you kind of, I guess, back in the day, it used to be that way.
Okay.
Our dispatch center is right on the other side of the East-West Expressway from here, actually. So it's not really downtown. That's just another station.
Okay.
Yeah. So it comes from there, and the whole station hears it, and we just listen, and they tell us which trucks are going on the call,
Got it.
and then those guys
So
know
you
what to do.
hear every call that goes through no matter what area it's in the city?
No, over our speakers. If other stations get dispatched, we won't hear it, but we can keep our radios on and hear every single call the whole city gets every even if it isn't here.
Even in
What's your question?
Well, you do? How's that?
All right. Remember, a question is where you're going to ask something and he's going to give you some information back. Hey,
Yeah.
that's not a question. Nice try. What's your name, buddy? Right there.
Alejandro.
Alejandro. What's your question, buddy? Did you forget?
I think I know this question was going to be.
All right. What's your question, babe? Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good question.
It is. If it's a really big fire, we will send those 2 trucks right there, 2 more trucks from another station, and even a third station will send another one. So we can have as many as like 8 trucks, 1 fire. Now that's not just like if it's just like a house, like your house, we'll probably have like 3 trucks there. But what if it was a building that had lots of floors? If that was on fire, we would have a lot of trucks. Yep,
What's
easily.
your question? Ask me your question.
Easily.
All right, listen up, guys. Everybody want to hear the same answer.
Boat that's on fire?
Listen to his question.
We actually have a couple of boats that we'll put them in the water. We'll go out there. They don't really have anything to spray water from those boats. So we'll get the people off of the boat or pull them out of the water, and the boat might just have to, burn. Let's say if it was on a lake around here, yeah, we don't have a fire boat that has hoses or anything like that. Now, fire stations that are on cities that have like water, they have a boat that'll drive out there, and then they can spray water from the boat. But here we just have a bunch of lakes, so we don't really have one.
All right, listen, everybody pretend like they're asleep. That's for the light out front. That's for the light out front.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for the. You just stopped all the traffic.
I did.
That's what it sounds like. All right, and then after that, dispatcher will come up and say, "Hey, you need to go to this house because somebody's not feeling very good, or there's a fire."
LT, jump in the picture.
All right, turn around right here. Turn around right here.
All right, look at me, everyone.
There has to be a real emergency.
Yay.
Everybody